Hey family, trust everyone is having a great evening tonight. Just inviting a few folks online. Just give me a second. Hey, I know you're probably saying 2 nights in a row doing a live video, but if you didn't get an opportunity, or let's say this, if you didn't take about an hour out of your day to watch my video from last night, you really should play it and just let it play while you're watching something. Hey there, girl, how are you? Thank you for joining me. It was so great seeing you today. I promise I'm not going to be on this video for an hour tonight, probably about 10 minutes, because I wanted to share something. So I'm just going to be brief, and as people join, they will join, and then hopefully people will watch the rebroadcast. So a couple of nights ago, or maybe last week, I was in a networking meeting, and we were just kind of talking about some things. And being in that environment, with people who are like-minded and, going the same direction that you're trying to go, for me, my goal is to be a solopreneur. That seems to be the new buzzword for someone who is not working for someone else, but you're working for yourself. So my desire is to be a solopreneur. I wake up every day with a desire to be on a stage or to be in front of a group of people talking, doing training and development. That is my thing. That is what I wake up to do. So right now you're stuck with me on Facebook Live. So in that conversation, I kind of walked away from that and I said, wow, it was really great being in the presence, with these people who, they're striving to be solopreneurs and business owners. And we just kind of had this energy where we were just feeding off of one another. And it was just really, really great. And so I started processing and I said, we're getting ready to go into 2018. Who are the people that are helping me to make this charge, to be successful and to walk out my destiny and to walk in my purpose? And I think that sometimes we surround ourselves with people who we really and genuinely enjoy their company. We have a great time. We don't have any aught with one another. But at the end of the day, what are those relationships yielding? Are they yielding just fun and a great laugh and a feel-good moment, kind of getting those endorphins going? Or are they yielding steps to destiny? Are they yielding footprints where you can look back and you can see and say, hey, I'm on a path. I'm doing something. I'm going somewhere. I'm doing this thing. And so I just kind of started processing all that. And I said, well, who are the people in my life, in every aspect of my life? Who are the people that are helping me to stay motivated and to stay charged up and keep that energy going? Because, you remember, back to whether it was elementary school or maybe middle school, where, you used to kind of do that the magnet example where you're, talking about positive and negative energy. And so when you put the magnet together, you see that those two forces come together. And then when you turn the magnet over and it has an opposite effect, they don't do anything. They're two magnets together, but they don't do anything. I'm on this journey path where I am looking for the other magnet. Day 2, yes. I'm looking for the other magnet that when we come together, we just, boom, we come together and we can make magic happen. Life is just too short and it's just too precious to just be killing time with people. So I'm going to read some questions that I put together, and I'm trying to get it together. So if you're on this rebroadcast and you actually want a copy of this document that I put together, I am willing to share this with you because I think everyone needs to take this assessment. So it's called the 2018 Personal Destiny Assessment. And so I'm going to read some things to you. And I actually have a quote from my friend Nicole, who is on this broadcast with us tonight. And she says, choose to emotionally detach yourself from another person's outcome. And I think that statement is so profound, and it actually does have your name on here, Nicole. I did give you credit because I don't want you blocking me for taking your stuff. And I thought that was a very profound statement, and I think that is going to be my mantra going into 2018, so I can be ready for everything that's going to come forth. So just listen at what this says. Life is too short and reaching your destiny is too important for you to keep spending emotional time and energy waiting on people to jump in or be excited about your dreams, visions, and goals. Every person in our life has a purpose, and it's up to you to figure out how they fit in the emotional expectancy equation in your life. Sometimes we have to meet people where they are and accept the fact that you cannot expect any more from them than what you're getting. Using a chart below that I've created, you're going to rate the people in your life. So I gave I gave like 5 columns. Now, if you have 10 people, then that's already to me daggone people. That's just all in your ear and in your face. You shouldn't have that many people. Just totally just impeding or impacting. Like, you got to narrow that down because you have to know who's there. But every person has a role. So here's some questions. I'm going to try to read through these because I don't want to make this a very long video. One of the questions, and the rating scale is absolutely, most likely, never noticed, somewhat, and not at all. So when you answer these questions, you will answer based off of that rating scale. So here's question number 1. If there's an age gap, does it impede the ability to grow and learn together? And the purpose of that question, so you can understand, should you ask for this form, is, a lot of times I have a lot of people in my circle, and there's vast age differences, which age doesn't matter, but sometimes it does matter, because it matters if you are on a like-minded path. We don't have to be doing the same thing, and we don't have to be, Siamese twins attached at the head or anything like that. But we do have to have some type of a unique life journey together. So sometimes the age gap can impede that. So question number 2, is there a genuine and authentic connection between you and this person? Genuine and authentic. Like, it has to be real. I was having a conversation with my husband last night, and I said, one of the things that I am starting to kind of connect to with my new self-care buddies is I feel that authentic and genuine connection that I felt with my girlfriends when I was in high school and the friends that I worked with in my company back in Connecticut. So when I answer that question, I would say, if I had a person's name next to it, let's say I had Mary Jo. I don't have anybody on my page named Mary Jo, and I don't think I know anybody named Mary Jo, so nobody shouldn't get offended. But if on the rebroadcast you happen to be a Mary Jo, please let people know that you don't know me. Thought that was funny. So I would say, is there a genuine or authentic connection between you and this person? So whatever name I had, I would say absolutely, most likely, I never noticed, somewhat, or not at all. So then you would rate this question. So another question that I have, you got the form in your email. When you're in the presence, do you feel inspired? That's a genuine question. When you're in the room or you're in the presence with someone else, does that person inspire you? It may not even have to be anything related to your business or your idea or a product that you're offering. Do you feel inspired about anything? If you're feeling dread, then you don't want that person in your life. Are they supportive about your plans? That's very important. So you would say absolutely, or you would say not at all. Another question, how likely are you to engage in like-minded and meaningful conversation? Good question. How likely are they to encourage you to succeed and be the best you? There are people that may be in your circle that aren't interested in you succeeding one way or the other. They can care less. And then they're not trying to get you to be your best you. Would you trust them with the details about your dream? Now, that is very important, because anytime you are on a journey to success, it is very important that the people in your circle, that you trust them. So when you ask this question, how likely, would you trust them with the details about your dream? So your answer could be either absolutely, most likely, or not at all. So if you don't have people that you can trust, because you have to be able to bounce certain things off of people. If you can't trust those people, then they don't need to be in your circle. Another question that I have is, how likely are they to encourage you to succeed and be the best you? I think I asked that already. How likely are you to collaborate on future goals? How likely are you to collaborate on future goals with this person? So when I go through, and for those of you who are just joining, thank you so much for joining the broadcast. I am taking people through some questions that I put together on a personal destiny assessment, which is about entering into 2018 with the right people in your circle to make sure that you just don't have any dead weight hanging on, impeding you and preventing you from getting where you're going. And so I'm reading through the series of questions that I put together, and the answers to those questions would either be absolutely, most likely, never noticed, somewhat, and not at all. Yes, check your circle. So one of the questions that I just asked, and I'll go back for the people that just joined, I asked the question, would you trust this person? If you had this person's name down, you're going to list some names of people that you want to consider. I only made 5 columns. If you need more paper, you have to create your own columns. But would you trust them with the details of your dream? Think about the people who are in the close circle, or just even in your everyday circle. It doesn't even have to be your close circle, because sometimes we have people in our circle, they just happen to be there because that's comfortable for us. And so now you have everybody who's in this comfort zone, and nobody is really creating any magic. They're not really making anything happen. You're just existing in the circle. So asking this question, would you trust them with the details of your dream? Your answer would either be absolutely, not likely, never noticed, you may not have never thought about it, somewhat, and not at all. So if you're not answering absolutely, then that person is just, you probably need to kind of check some things in that circle. With that person. So here's another question. Do they currently speak life into you and your vision? People around me are desiring to be solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business owners. And these people trust me with the details of their dream, of their vision, their business, their service, their product, or whatever. And I am always trying to think about how to make that business or product better for them. I'm always thinking about other people. I always say this, and it's probably a sad testament to me, and maybe I need to go lay on my own couch and give myself therapy. But I'm always saying that I'm always thinking of other people, but it's very rare that all of those people are ever thinking about me. But I've gotten off of that derail train. I can't worry about that because it will come back to me. So when you get over yourself, you can help yourself. And so I'm always thinking about people when I come up with certain things, or I come across certain things. I'm like, oh, who do I know that can use this information? Or who can I recommend for such and such, or who, whatever. You should have people like me that I just described in your circle. If you are trying to do something, you're trying to achieve something, you should have those type of people in your circle. And so if you cannot say anything close to absolutely or most likely, then you might need to reconsider that relationship. And I'm gonna go back to another question that I asked. Is there a genuine and authentic connection between you and this person? We spend so much time being in fictitious and fake relationships that many people don't even know that they're being fake and fictitious in those relationships. I'm all about genuine and authentic relationships. I want to be able to sit and have conversation and just have fun. Thank you, Nicole. I am always thinking about people. Excuse me. For instance, when I got the opportunity to share or intrude, so to speak, lovingly intrude on the Tuesday self-care day that Nicole and her best friend Leslie have, I walked away from that. And I had just really met Leslie a month before, but I had never sat in an intimate setting with her. And Nicole and I have known each other for years, but we've never really kind of had the dialogue that we've started having recently, because we're coming together as like minds. I walked away from those 4 hours that I spent with them. 4 hours that I spent with them. And I said to my husband, I said, you know what? I said, I felt a genuine and authentic connection. I felt like it was girlfriends having a night, a sleepover. And if I talked about energy last night, I said energy is real. Like your energy with other people that you're in the room with. We as women, we know if something will work and we know if it doesn't work. We just try to make it work on the in between, because you either know it either is or it isn't. And with those two, it was a is. And I'm like, oh my God, I love the energy, that so much so that there's just a very intimate session that's taking place next week that, I want to make sure all 3 of us are there. It is nothing kinky, so please get your head out of the gutter, please. But not all of us want to feel the need to be entrepreneurs and totally appreciate those who do, and I am grateful for your input. And you are absolutely right. I'm so glad that Leslie, and this is not the Leslie that I just had the thing with, it was another Leslie. Leslie is absolutely right. You know, not everybody wants to be entrepreneurs. And I think that people should respect that. But at the same time, for those people who don't want to be, it did make sense. For those people who don't want to be entrepreneurs, if you are in a circle, or if you're considered to be in a close networking circle with people who are, then if that is your friend or your loved one, then you have the due diligence to be supportive to that person. That's what I'm saying, because everybody doesn't have the desire to be, and I'm not saying everybody has the desire to be, you know, entrepreneurs. And it could be anything. You know, if you want to knit scarves, the people in your life should be supportive of you knitting scarves, whether you're trying to sell them or you're just trying to build them up so that all the 100 cats that's going to come and move in with you will have somewhere to sleep. You know, I don't know. But you're absolutely right. So this is not so much about that. And I don't want people who don't have a desire to be an entrepreneur, solopreneur, to feel that this doesn't apply to them. This really is about taking an assessment of your life. You know, just take an assessment. Do you want to spend another year at the point that you are this year? If you feel that you didn't make it to a certain point this year, do you want to spend another 365 days, 12 months being at the same point that you were 12 months previous? No, that's why I'm doing this. Does this person have a life plan? You're right. You still need in a tight and authentic circle, entrepreneur or not. Absolutely. The next question, does this person have a life plan? That is very important. Whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, you need to have some type of a life plan. Like, what do you want to do? There are people that just want to wake up and sit in their drawers and eat popcorn, ice cream, and pineapples and watch reality TV. That's not a life plan. There has to be something, because here's the thing. Eventually, if you think of a sinking ship, or if you think of two people who are holding on to something that is going to cause their demise if they don't hold on and do what they need to do. If there is no kind of equal balance with those minds working together to stay afloat and to do something, that person that doesn't really care, guess what? Just like in the title of my video, dead weight. That dead weight will absolutely weigh you down. If you've ever tried to pull someone or carry someone or lift someone that is asleep or unconscious, you know how heavy that is. It doesn't become easy until the person is conscious and aware of what's happening, like consciousness and awareness. That is so important. You cannot exist in an environment where people just have no kind of life plan. That's not possible. That shouldn't even happen. If you have people in your life who have no goals and no aspirations to do anything, that is an absolute no for your life. You need to recheck that relationship. Do they display signs of being driven or driven to personally succeed? I'll read that question again. Do they display signs of being driven to personally succeed? Like I just said in the previous response, I want to be around people who are driven to do something. I'm like something meaningful, because at 51, I don't have time for you to be just, nilly-willying around. Like, I really, really don't. So I really totally understand why people, as they get older, their circles get smaller and smaller and smaller. Nicole, thank you for explaining. This is an assessment for your life. It's a tool to help get the unnecessary people out of your life, readjust how you give your time and energy. I think about life. This is how I think about life. And I've already been 20 minutes, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. This is how I think about life. If I were laying in a hospital bed, unable to do anything, what would I wish I could have done or would have done? If I was my last days and I'm laying there and I know that I only have a few days left to live and I am in a bed, not able to walk, not able to do anything, what would I wish that I could have done before my last day? What would I have desired that I wish that I could have done? Get in that moment right now. Make that thought, that possibility, because it could be any of us, a now thought, and say, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, because I don't want to be regretting anything. It would be such a travesty or tragedy. Could be either one, I think. I don't know. I never profess to be right on grammar. But it could just be such a nightmare to get to age 60 and look back at 51 and say, what the hell did I do with 9 years? Where did 9 years, that is a lot of time. And I'm not about to let any of that be blown away. I know we all, we have families, we raise our children, we have these obligations and so on and so forth. But at the same time, you have an obligation to your life, because our children grow up and they get old and they move on. They move on. And you have to say to yourself, what do I want to do beyond that point? I was very, very, active, with my children. I had a lot of things going on, but I also took time for myself. I also took time for myself and was like, what do I want to do? Well, now my children are in their 30s. I still have some good time life to live. I need to make a plan. And then the final question is, rate your creative energy when you're in the presence, when you're in this person's presence. So when you're in this person's presence, what happens with your creative energy? Like Nicole and I will get on the phone and we will just start talking stuff and just start saying stuff and I'm like, oh my God, I never thought about that. And she has become my inspiration this past year because she launched out and started her own business. And, things move slow, but she's doing very well. And she may not be doing as well as she would like to do right now. And that's going to happen. But she's my inspiration. Who is it that you look to that is not just an inspiration, but they inspire the creativity in you? So then I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Then you total the score. So you go down the list, the column of each person's name, Mary Jo, Billy Bob, whoever, and you total up the score. So I know when somebody puts my name, they're going to have all fives, which is absolutely, I just know that. So now I have a summary. So if the total summary, the total number that comes up under the person's name, if the score is 45 or above, that means that person is very supportive. That means that the person should be considered a part of your vital support system. The person or persons has a way of contributing to your overall purpose or cause, and they're likely to be people you draw your energy and support from on your journey to becoming successful. The people in this group, the very supportive group, are continuously pushing you to thrive and will consistently encourage you and speak life into your vision. So these are people that have scored 45 or above. Okay, so now you're going to have some people that may score between 25 and 44. Those people are somewhat supportive. Now listen to their description. The person or persons in this range are classified as a hit or miss support system because they have no problem cheering for you and or offering you a verbal pat on the back, but you probably should not expect them to be the in the trenches type of support. They want to see you succeed, but they're unable to extend anything beyond minimal support or encouragement. These people will eventually become very supportive or not supportive at all. So be cautious about your level of expectation from them. Sometimes I think we have this expectation from people that they're unable to give. It's not that the person don't love you. It's not that the person doesn't care about you. It's not that the person doesn't like what you're doing. They are just not able to give any more than what they're giving. They're just not able to. And so I keep going back to I keep making reference to my TED video because that happens to be a very active thing in my life right now. So I put this thing out there. I was asking all of my friends. I figure I got like 400 friends. I don't have that many friends on social media or in real life. Don't feel sorry for me. So I asked, so you figure maybe 10 to 25% of those people are not really active on the page. So you figure the other 300 and something, the low 300s, you ask all of those people to watch that video and share that video and encourage at least 10 more of their friends to watch the video. That was pretty much all I asked. I see things that go viral that are just absolutely foolishness, and people blow up my messenger getting me to go viral with foolishness. And I asked them to do something that's important to me, that helps to support me, that helps to catapult me into another level. And that didn't happen. That just didn't happen. And I'm not sore about that, but this is the reason for, that is the reason for this type of an assessment. That's the reason for this type of assessment. And so then finally, if they score below 25, that means that these people are not supportive of your dreams and your visions or anything you're trying to do at all. Now listen to their description. As long as you consider this to be a healthy relationship, you can still maintain a relationship with this person. But you must understand that they're either unwilling to support or they're complacent and they're complacent, and exerting energy to support you is just not in the cards for them. I would recommend paying close attention to your conversations with them to make sure that they're not displaying jealousy or envy towards you. Then you may need to consider letting them go. Also, this person or persons may be so self-absorbed that there isn't any room in their life for you. We all got some people who are self-absorbed in their life, and you try to talk about things that's going on with you, and that's where oh, that is so good. I am so happy for you. And guess what happened? Boop. They switch it and turn it back on something on them. Give me a heart if you know I'm telling the truth on that one. You are sharing something that you just like, here's a moment. I want to share something and talk about something that's going on with me because I'm very excited, and you happen to be the person in the room I want to share this with. And then they'll say, oh my God, that is so good. I am so happy for you. Good for you. I knew that you would be able to do it. And then boop, in a minute, they switch it around. So I'm going to tweak this assessment. For those of you that are just joining, I did a, you got to go back and watch the rebroadcast, Anna. So it's a 2018 personal destiny assessment. So I put these 12 questions together for you to go through and list some people in your life and rate them. Because here's what's going to happen. March 2018, when you getting ready to do something that you're excited about and you share with all of these people who are listed on this page, you're going to already know the rating of where a person stands. So if a person doesn't get excited and leap for joy and do whatever, you're going to be like, oh, well, that person fell under 25, so they're not supportive. So you don't get this emotional, like I said in the beginning, not being emotionally attached to the outcome because you're expecting them to feel a certain way and they're not capable of that. So I want to free us of being emotionally attached to people in our lives that don't mean us any good. And so I'm going to tweak this assessment. If you want the assessment, send a comment in the, put your comment in the post. And once I finish tweaking it, I will send it to you as an attachment. I'm not going to put it on the page just yet. If people want to do this, they will do it. Time is out. If you didn't watch my video last night, like, time is out. So that's why it is time to get rid of the dead weight in 2018. I wish it was 2008 because then I could make a Jesse Jackson rhyme out of it. Get the dead weight out in 2008. You know how he used to do. So anyway, I'm very excited about this. I'm going to take this myself, and that way it's going to help me to determine who are those people that are genuinely supportive about the things that I'm doing, and that's going to push me, because you want people to push you into where you go to go. Because when you become afraid of moving forward, or you're feeling reluctant, or you feel doubt, and we do doubt. So for all the super spiritual people in there talking about have faith, okay, we do doubt. Quit playing. Did I roll my eyes right? Did y'all see me roll my eyes? Let me do it again. Okay. You're going to need people in your life. Thank you, Nicole. You're going to need people in your life that's going to push you, because when you get to that point where you feeling demotivated and you don't want to do something, there's got to be somebody in your corner to know. And I'm going to tell y'all how, and I know I'm blowing Nicole up right now, but a couple of months ago, I went off of Facebook for like 2 weeks. I did not do anything. I didn't deactivate my page. I just wasn't on Facebook. And it was close to 2 weeks. And she came back. Well, no, not all of us can sit with Oprah, but I know I will be. And she called me. I was at work. It was the middle of the work day. And she said, hey, I just wanted to call and check on you because I noticed that you hadn't been on Facebook. Now, Nicole and I just started reconnecting and rebuilding our relationship because we knew each other from another source. But the fact that she noticed that meant so much. So those are the kind of people that you want in your corner when they notice that you disappear. That was awesome right there. That was awesome right there. Like when people notice that you disappear and they notice that something is going on, that is important. That means that they're in tune to you. So I'm going to tighten up this this assessment. I think that it is very important. Please share this on your page if you choose to, so that I could get, we want other people to be healthy in their relationships, because I have a desire to inspire and encourage the audience that I have been given to be the best that they can be. And so I will come on and do, you know, these 20 to 30 minute tidbits when something hits me that I feel that I need to share with the audience. Because believe it or not, I do get messages from people that say, you know what, you are really, I watch your videos. I may not comment, you know, I may not do this, but you are really helping me. And I appreciate people giving me that feedback, you know. So you're my audience. But like I told them last night, y'all better get this stuff for free. Because when I do end up sitting on that couch with Oprah, and I do sit in that studio with Steve Harvey, and I am jumping on the couch with Ellen and sitting next to Dr. Phil looking at him and being on the radio, I ain't gonna have time to try to come back and do all of this stuff. You better appreciate me while I'm here. I'm bold enough to say that. Appreciate the nuggets that I give. Don't sleep on me. Don't think that because I ain't where you think I should be that I don't have nothing to offer, because I do. So you better get it while you can. So go back. If you missed this broadcast, I thank everyone for joining. Thank you so much, Leslie. I appreciate you joining me, even though you spent all day with me. Nicole, thank you so much for, you know, typing in. And Anna, I know you're going to blow this up for me because that's what you do. So thank you so much. Watch the rebroadcast and please share this because there are so many people that need to take this. I want us to go into 2018 being like super fabulous and not taking any mess. And as Mary J. Blige said back in the 80s, there's no more drama in our lives. So you're so appreciated. You tell me all the time. Yes, you do. You do. You do. So I'm going to go because I don't want to make this an hour video like I did last night. Get the free. That's right. I'm telling you, I am telling y'all, I am about to blow up in 2018. So y'all better get it while you can. Quit playing. So now when you start sharing my videos now, and when I blow up, people going to already know that you already knew me. So don't be trying to get brand new because I'm just bold in that. Oh, I got you. And yes, please share the assessment with you. Love you. Thank you, guys. So I'm getting ready to go. I'm going to tweak this assessment and try to get it out this evening. So if I don't because I'm real tired because I was up last night doing a video. So if I don't get it out tonight, I will get it out tomorrow. But thank you so much for joining me, and I will chat with you guys later. Bye-bye.